should make it clear that this is a threat to target over 90 million Iranians. An enormous crime against humanity, and of course something that we always expected, because the West was always, the collective West, the elites, the leadership, Europe, the United States, was always the enemy of the Iranian people. That's what maximum sanctions were about. That's what the war of Saddam Hussein that they supported was about. That is what the 12-day war was all about. Their hatred for Iranian women and children, their contempt for Iranian people in general is clear as day. And this threat is a manifestation of that. And we don't see any outrage in the West that this is against international law, that this targets vulnerable people in hospitals or infants. No, because Western media is owned by the same Epstein class that owns the governments. Otherwise, there would be outrage. But Iran's position is steadfast, and nothing is going to change. Iran has already warned before. Dr. Larijani himself, before they assassinated him, before they murdered him, said that if our vital infrastructure, if our electrical assets, electrical power plants are targeted, we will target everything on the other side of the Persian Gulf. We will go and destroy the power plants and so on the other side of the Persian Gulf. And I think it's very clear that Iran will do this. This will be legitimate retaliation, because all these Arab family dictatorships are invested in this war. They're complicit in this war. They have Iranian blood on their hands. They allow the West to use their bases there. They allow them to go and use areas outside of their bases to fire missiles at Iran. They allow their U.S. tanker planes and fighter jets to fly over. So they're at war with Iran alongside their overlords. But Iran will retaliate. Back then, Trump backed down. And we saw later on, when the Israeli regime struck Iran's vital gas assets, Iranians retaliated and hit back very hard at Qatar, at Saudi Arabia, and Emirates. So either Trump backs down or Trump carries out his threat. If he carries out his threat, then I think we will strike very hard at these Arab family dictatorships, and that will be the end of. It will be all downhill from then. And we've discussed this for a very long time, and I've been saying this for years, that if Iran is targeted, Iran will react in this way. And Iran is doing exactly as I've been saying over the years. And Iran will continue to do that. And if that happens, then if at some point there is an agreement to open the Strait of Hormuz, it really won't matter anymore. Because there won't be any more oil or gas or tankers to move that oil. And therefore, the global economic crisis will be permanent for the years to come. And we will have global economic collapse. And the implications for people across the world, I think, are beyond our imaginations.